When did the family who called you a monster come crawling back for help? I was 22 when my autistic brother attacked me at our family reunion. We were grilling burgers in the backyard when Jake started getting agitated. Something about the smoke from the grill and the noise from our cousins playing cornhole. I saw the signs, the hand flapping, the rocking, the low humming that meant a meltdown was coming. I tried to redirect him inside, but he grabbed the metal spatula and started hitting me with it, hard, again and again on my shoulders and arms while screaming that high-pitched wail that made my teeth hurt. I raised my hands to block the blows, and when he swung for my face, I shoved him away, just once. He stumbled backward and hit his head on the concrete patio. Blood everywhere. Needed 7 stitches. My mother screamed at me for 20 minutes straight while we waited for the ambulance. You know he can't help it. How could you hurt him? He's just a child. He was 17 and 6 inches taller than me, but that didn't matter. The extended family stared at me like I'd kicked a puppy. My aunt actually said, "What kind of monster pushes a disabled kid?" That night, my parents sat me down in the living room. Mom had been crying. Dad looked exhausted. "We know today was hard," he said. "We understand you were defending yourself. Jake's autism doesn't excuse violence." Mom nodded and squeezed my hand. "We're a family. We'll work through this together. We won't let this tear us apart." For the first few months, they actually kept their word. We started family therapy every Tuesday. Jake got a new behavioral specialist who actually seemed to help. My parents acknowledged that I'd been hurt too, that those bruises on my arms mattered. They even apologized for their initial reaction. "We were scared," Mom said, "but we know you'd never hurt Jake on purpose." Dad bought me the jacket I wanted for my birthday and said, "I'm proud of how you've handled everything." The therapy sessions were going well. Jake was learning better coping strategies, and I genuinely thought we were healing as a family. Then my parents started missing sessions. "Jake's having a hard week," they'd text. "Too much change at once." The behavioral specialist got reduced to twice a month because Jake responds better to routine. By month 4, the story had changed completely. "You really didn't need to push him that hard," Mom said over dinner. "He barely touched you with that spatula." I showed her the photos I'd taken of my bruises. She looked away. "You're the adult here. You should have handled it better." Dad stopped making eye contact when Jake's name came up. They started telling people I had anger issues and that Jake was traumatized by his brother's outburst. I found out they'd been telling extended family I attacked Jake unprovoked. My cousin texted me screenshots. He brutally shoved his disabled brother for no reason, my mom had written. "We're getting him help for his violence problem." I was uninvited for my sister's wedding. "It would upset Jake to see you," she explained. "You understand." I eventually stopped going to family events for good and threw myself into work. Got promoted twice and met Sarah at a conference. She actually worked with special needs adults and understood immediately when I explained why family dinners were complicated. We moved in together after a year, and I volunteered at her facility on weekends, learning de-escalation techniques I wished I'd known at 22. 5 years after the reunion, my phone rang at 11 a.m. Mom sobbing. Jake had attacked a coworker at his new job. The man was pressing charges. Security footage showed Jake hitting him repeatedly with a keyboard before the man finally pushed him off. "Sound familiar?" "We need your help," Dad said when he got on the line. "You work in law now. You have connections. This is destroying our family." Family stands together through difficult situations, Mom added. "We don't abandon each other when someone makes a mistake they couldn't control. That's what family does." I almost laughed. The irony was perfect. "You're absolutely right," I said. "Family doesn't abandon each other when someone defends themselves from being attacked." "This is different," Mom insisted. "Jake needs us. He needs you. After everything we've done for you, how can you turn your back on family? Everything you've done for me? You mean telling everyone I brutally attacked my disabled brother? Uninviting me from family events? Making me the villain for protecting myself?" Silence. Then Dad said, "That was different. You should have known better." "So should his coworker, I guess. Good luck with the court case." I hung up. They called 43 times that week, left voicemails about family loyalty and second chances. My sister texted that I was destroying the family. Jake ended up with 6 months in a specialized facility and 2 years probation, and my parents had to sell their house to pay legal fees. Could have been avoided with proper legal counsel. Oh well. Sarah and I got married last month. Her family welcomed me like I'd always belonged there. At the reception, her brother with Down syndrome gave a beautiful speech about kindness and acceptance. And no, my parents wasn't invited. Jake wouldn't have been able to handle the crowd anyway.